Is Reiki something supernatural or something magic that only special people can use? If you've talked to people using Reiki, there's a good chance that you've heard it in that way. And there's a very good chance that people believe it is something special, magical, mystical. Let me look at it a different way and say that Reiki is so perfectly natural and normal. Something as simple as the food that we eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, gives us energy. And nobody goes around trying to debunk that. So let's take it what it is. When we eat positive food, we get a positive healing energy. If we eat negative or dead foods, well, we get a negative dying energy. That's pretty simple science, nothing magical about it. I don't have to invoke an archangel to say eating pure food purifies your life and supports your spiritual practice. At the same time, the air that we breathe, the oxygen that we get, that is energy. Reiki is energy. So when we breathe, we are bringing energy into our bodies and into our minds. Is that supernatural? Is that magic? Is that prana? Well, you can define it any way that you like. If you're talking with the mainstream, you just say, hey, I get lots of oxygen, I do a lot of exercise, I get more pure air, I have a more positive energy. If you want a slightly more esoteric look, yes, you are breathing in energy. All I've done is change the word from oxygen to energy. Now we can add something to that, because when the mind focuses on breathing in positive energy, yes, it does have an effect. If we read into quantum physics, it will confirm that the mind influences matter and nature to some degree. That's important to know, because much of the Reiki healing practice, it is intention. So the way that we breathe, pure, clean, fresh air, compared to somebody who lives in a big city with lots of pollution and is inside a building breathing air from an air conditioner. That air quality is not very good. The energy that comes from that air is denuded. It's not very powerful. And it can bring you down mentally, physically, spiritually. Let's also look at our moods. If you're chipper, in a good mood, quick to laugh, that's a positive spirit, a positive energy, a positive Reiki. And people will navigate towards you and gather around you because you're joyful, you're fun. They receive your ebullience, your joy of life. That is therapeutic for your friends and colleagues because they feel your joy. Conversely, if you're a crabby old fart, you're always complaining, always criticizing, blah, 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 it's a negative energy that brings people down. Now, if you want to say that's just my mood, or we can translate it and say, that's your energy. So what I'm getting at is energy does not need to be something supernatural, esoteric, or magical. It's a perfectly normal, everyday thing. The food that we eat, the air that we breathe, the moods that we carry. If we go into something a little more subtle, like our mindfulness, and we are very mindful people, we're very present when we are speaking and working, well, we're actually saving our energy. If you see somebody, for example, practicing Tai Chi, or Qigong, or giving themselves Reiki, they become more stable, more grounded. They conserve their energy. If I may call that a spiritual energy, if you don't like that word, let me just say it's our mental energy. Compare it to somebody who is very ungrounded, constantly losing their moods, unstable. Those people have a negative energy. They are exhausted, and they are exhausting to the people around them because they're so fluttered. That's what energy is. Now, Reiki, when you learn to focus these energies that you've taken in food and air and mental or spiritual mindfulness, these energies can be directed. The same as concentrating on reading a book or driving a car, we can concentrate those energies for healing or therapeutic practices. This is the essence of Reiki. So if you're talking all about archangels and healing guides, that's okay, but I can suggest the mainstream definitely is not ready for that, and they probably don't want to hear it, and they will probably look down on it. None of which really help with our therapeutic practice, because a large percentage of the population looks down on it as being very flaky. So if you are dealing with archangels or spirit guides, okay, but keep that quiet within the inner circle of people with whom you practice, who are also talking with archangels. But if we want Reiki to be able to help people and ourselves, we need to keep it in a language that people can live with around us. Not just our guru's master's guru, but the person next door, or the guy at the office, or the clerk at the supermarket. We can communicate a very simple interpretation of Reiki. Effectiveness, look at the quality of your life, and you will know the effectiveness of Reiki. It's not about which archangels or healing guides you have. It's about the quality of your life. Keep in mind, we all have Reiki. We can all develop it, and we can all learn to focus that